G'day all, I'm Graham Sanders and I live at Townsville, North Queensland. That's where latitude 19 crosses the east coast of Australia. Well, the brood lift suffered a bit of a disaster. More on that in a minute as I will go through that. So this video now is sort of gone from a brood lift to being flexible in disasters and being flexible with your experiments. So we're going to follow the Clypearis hive that you're watching at the moment. I'm blocking bees doing what bees want to do. Whoops. Anyway, we're going to follow this hive and show you being flexible and doing what I suppose I'd call a seeded induction eduction bud of a Clypearis hive. Well, I've had a disaster, in fact many disasters, and what this video here is turning into is how to be flexible with your experiments. So what's happened to my little brood lift experiment? Well, a week and a half in, it got attacked by ants when the monsoon trough settled over Townsville, and all the ants got driven up out of the ground and into the nest. Now I managed to catch it in time, but all the workers inside had died, but the queen cell hadn't died, hadn't been attacked, and the small amount of brood hadn't been attacked. So what did I do? I connected up the brood lift. I'll go around the pole. You can see it there. I've connected it up. Oh, there we go. I've connected it up to this Clypearis hive. And then what happened? Well, the monsoon trough decided to bloody settle and sit over bloody Townsville, didn't it? Not sit over Townsville for a day, not a few days, not even a week. No, has to sit over Townsville for a bloody week and a half, and it's still going. There's just a break in the weather. Had over 1.5 meters of bloody rain, haven't we? So I've had to put protection on to try to keep the rain off it, because it was just coming in everywhere. Hive's gotten wet. Bees haven't been out. This Clypearis hive, they haven't been out for a bloody week and a half, and neither here. But now the sun's finally starting to come through. Guess what? The bees are starting to emerge, as you can see there. They're starting to realise, oh my god, the sun's out, let's make hay while the sun shines. And in this hive here, the same thing. They're coming out. So far, the brood lift is turning into something else altogether. We'll keep it informed. And I know things are going well with this new hive, because it's only 2 weeks since I connected it up, but already, oh, I'm blocking the entrance yet again, but already the activity is looking good. We've got the curtain formed that they always form on, so that shows you that they've really taken to the new hive. And of course we've got bees coming in with pollen, and that's always a great sign that when you see bees coming in with lots of pollen, yeah, make a liar of me now, you bastards. They're all hanging around because I'm near the entrance. But because I've got bees coming in with lots of pollen, that's telling me that this hive is stocking up, this new hive, which tells me more than likely there's brood being put down right now. Okay, it's been now 4 weeks. It's coming up to the end of February, and it's been 4 weeks. How's this hive going? Bloody powering. Look at this entrance. Bloody gaggles and gaggles of bees there. Heaps of pollen going in. It's, well, what can you say about it? Bloody hive is just going gangbusters. So, what's the grand plan? Well, I'm fairly confident that this hive must be, has brood in it. It's got pollen coming in, heaps of workers guarding it. Everything's just looking bloody fantastic for this hive. So what is the plan? Well, it's end of February, 4 weeks. I reckon this will have brood in it. So I reckon it'll be ready for separation. So we'll go have a look and see how close I am in the guessing. That's a Clypearis queen. She's just come back from her mating flight, having a wander around before she goes inside. So I don't need to inspect this hive straight away to see if it's got brood. I know it's got a queen. She's just wandering around, probably doesn't quite know where the entrance is. Whoops, where'd she go? There she is. But she will go in soon enough when she's had a bit of a wander around. It's her only bit of freedom that she's likely to get, but she's just got to get back down into that entrance there, and she'll eventually find it. So I won't be inspecting at the end of February now. I'll be inspecting probably a week or two later. Once this queen settles in about 4 or 5 days, new brood will be starting to be laid, and I'll be able to separate this knowing it's got brood now, with a queen running around like she is. So you saw the queen fly off. She went darting straight back into the entrance here. So now it's a week later, and you can see there's still good activity there, workers and everything else, bees flying in and out of the hive, and I don't need to look, but I'm going to. It's time to separate these hives. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to separate this hive from the mother hive here. I'll use the workforce of the mother hive to keep this hive going. So this hive will stay here, and this hive at the back will go to a new location for insurance purposes, so that if I get another heat wave or wet season, I've got a better chance of one hive surviving. And I'll do that at night, so you won't see it, but you will see the end result. Bye bye. And the end result is, of course, one beehive in this location, away from the others for insurance. Early morning, you can see it's got the thing, there's bee activity there. I don't think you need to look into the hive, you've seen inside the hive. And we've got the other 2 hives here. Of course, that's the original hive that I've modified. It's all going well. This hive here. Whoop. Oh, as I try to reach over and just do it all, try that again. You can see there, early morning, it's got the shutters and everything else. That hive's on its own and away. And of course, this hive's always been here. So, from this one hive I've got here, you can see they're just slowly building the external tunnel. So from one hive here, I've managed to make a hive a month, and that's not too bad.